Time to wake up, show up. First you pray up, then you coffee up. Grab your Wolf Nation coffee and tune into the Cornbread Man Morning Show at 6 a.m. EST. Don't you dare miss it.
You're not going to want to miss what we're cooking up this month. Make sure you tune in every single Saturday morning, live right here from Wolf Nation Studio. Keep your eyes peeled for the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy. They're bringing the heat every week.
Hey everyone, let's kick off this morning right, yeah? The Cornbread Man Morning Show drops weekdays 6 a.m. EST right here with me, your host. Get up.
Stay low. Don't make a sound. He's getting closer. Are you kidding me? Right now?
I hear someone up there. Come out with your hands up.
We got nothing to tell you.
Where's Biscuit Boy?
We must find Biscuit Boy before the Lake Winnie local law enforcement officers do. I know you guys can smell his cigar. Let's go!
All right, welcome to Wolf Nation Sports. Got back a few minutes early. Put it for 10:30, but we're here. We'll catch up with some scores. Some things we were talking about on Sunday, thought about being a great series. It may end up being a great series. But right now, this Philadelphia, New York Knicks, not good. Not good for the Sixers. They have been looking very bad in this game. In effect, a blowout was earlier when I when I looked. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. And yes, sorry for that. It is a blowout. It is still 6:56 to go in the fourth. Yes, the Knicks at Madison Square Garden are blowing out the Philadelphia 76ers. 117-87. Now, they just came through a big 7-game series against the Celtics. Big emotional game. But right now, they're getting toasted by the Knicks. This game is, I would think, effectively over 30 points. Not good. Not good. So there you go. The Timberwolves and the Spurs with 6:45 left in the second. It is the Spurs 33, the Timberwolves 29. So a much closer game and something that is well worth watching. Over to the NHL playoffs. The Flyers in a third overtime, or in overtime, with 3:01 left, are leading the Hurricanes 2-1. So at least one Philly team, it's 2-2. I'm sorry. I looked at that wrong. But at least one Philly team is playing well. The Ducks and the Golden Knights are 0-0 in the first. So a little bit of playoff action there. That means it's just getting closer to being back to that time we all love, football. Cook, I hope you're out there listening. Chime in when you get a chance. We appreciate those that have stopped by, and a few brave souls have stopped by. Maybe a few more will as we go. Wanted to look at baseball. And of course, shout out to Chase Elliott for winning the race yesterday in Texas. I didn't get to see the end of it. I was at church, and it was a late start. So, but I did catch up when I got back. So Chase Elliott with the second win of the season. In baseball, the Reds are tied with the Cubs. Now this is a really good series. Both teams are playing well. The Reds have 20 wins. The Cubs have 22. Big win yesterday for the Cubbies. The Reds have 9 hits in this game. This is in the top of the 7th. Runner on. The Reds are at bat. 2 outs, though. Baton against Stewart. So very much a great series. The Reds and the Cubs. 3-3 in the top of the 7th. The Cardinals are beating up on the Brewers. 6-3 in the top of the 9th. There's a runner on and a 1 out. And they just had something happen here. So let me catch up with that. Waiting for it to update. But anyway, both these teams are playing well as well. 18-15 on the year. The Brewers, 20-14 The Cardinals, 6-3 in the top of the ninth. I'm not sure. The runner on, one out, and I don't know what happened on that play. They're still maybe looking at it. The Dodgers, who the Braves will play next, or maybe there's one team in between them. I think there is. Sorry, there's one team in between them. On this West Coast swing, they'll play the Dodgers. The Dodgers tonight are playing the Astros. It's 8-3 Dodgers. They're 21-13 on the year. The Astros are not playing well. It's 8-3, top of the eighth. Dodgers at bat with a runner on second, nobody out. Struck one to to Hernandez. White Sox, 16-18 on the year, leading the Angels 13-22. Pitiful. Both teams playing poorly. Top of the fourth, 2-0 Sox. Soriano pitching for the Angels. And at bat is Romo for the Sox. The Braves on the West Coast swing have a later start time. They are at the end of the third, though. They've been playing for about an hour, close to it. It's 1-0 Braves on 3 hits over the Mariners. 1-0, 1 hit for the Mariners. It is in the end of the third, and due up is Austin Riley, Yastrzemski, and Sean Murphy for the Bravos. So they'll be hitting in the top of the inning. Braves, best record in baseball, and the best record for the Braves to start the season since something crazily insane like 1875 or something like that. Can you imagine that? The Giants, who are struggling mightily, do have a 2-1 lead on the Padres, who have a 20-13 record on the season. It's the end of the third. The Giants, an early lead. They need a win. The final, the Mets won. That's a news flash. Mets win over the Rockies, who the Braves just swept. I believe that was 4-2. The Mets get the win. Peterson with the win. Williams the save. Sugano took the loss. The Rockies are struggling. The Mets get a much-needed win. They're only 13-22 on the season, 7-10 away from home cooking. The Red Sox won 5-4 over the Tigers, and the Sox needed this win. They are a paltry 14-21 rather, 8-11 away from home. The Tigers are 500, 18-18, 12-4 at home. But today the Sox get the win. Duran hit a 3-run homer. Tolley pitched 7 innings as the Red Sox rally past the Tigers 5-4. Chapman with a save, number 7. The Phillies, who have been struggling themselves at 15-20, well, they got their 15th win today. 1-0 over the Marlins, who are 16-19. Nola, who got crushed in an outing against the Braves just a couple of weeks ago. There's a 5.06 ERA. He's 2-3 on the season. Keller with a save. Junk. Easy things we could say off of that. He's 2-3 on the season. He took the loss. The Blue Jays continue to struggle. They're 16-19 on the season. Today, the Rays took them down 5-1, who are 22-12 on the season, 12-4 at home. The Blue Jays, a horrible 6-11 away. Martinez the win. Baker the save, Lauer the loss. He is 1-4, a 6.03 ERA. Well, the Yankees have been just beating up on people all season. They're right behind the Braves for the best record at 24-11. And today they absolutely annihilated, although the hits were equal at 10 even. The Orioles were defeated 12-1 today at Yankee Stadium. 15-20 the Orioles are. Schittler the win, Baz the loss. And one more. The Royals beat the Cleveland Guardians 6-2. The Royals are 16-19, on the season. Guardians are 500, 18-18, 9-11 away. The Royals are 10-7 at home. Waka with the win. He's 3-2 on the season, 3.05. Bobby 0 for 5 in his starts. Has no wins, 5 losses, 4.58 ERA. So we'll sort of track some of that as we go along. What a horrible start for some of these teams. The Mets, The Blue Jays, a little bit of shockers there. The Giants, not good. And we see the teams like the Braves are predicted to finish third in that division. A best record in baseball. Strider is back. That helps them, although they did lose Acuna to a hamstring 10-day DL or IL. I think they're on baseball. And they have a couple other players that are dinged up, but they've been playing so well. The bats are alive. The pitching has been good enough. The bullpen, except for a couple they replaced, has been lights out. Middle relief has been the problem. And a little bit of a late problem with some starters, a third time through the order. But yeah. Hey, Cook, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, third, oh no. So that's a look at the scores at present. I was just glancing. The Stros, again, are losing 8-3 to the Dodgers. The Dodgers are absolutely on fire as well. Should be champions, going for the three-peat. Can they do it? A big series coming up very, very quickly. When we look at this series here, but we look at a series that is coming up later this week. Thursday, the Braves will be off. The Braves will be off on Thursday, and on Friday, whoops, let me get back to that. I was in the wrong. Here we go. Friday, I think that's when that series starts against the Braves. It is Atlanta at Los Angeles, 10-10 starts. First game is Sale against Shahan. It's a great matchup. Saturday, we have the Braves at 9-10. Strider against Sasaki. Another good matchup. Sunday, it is Richie against Robleski. Let's see what happens here with two teams that are absolutely on fire and a champion we see in going there. We'll see what they can do. So following that series, the Braves, I believe they begin a series with another hot team, Chicago, but the Braves are at home. They go home after that Dodgers series. They go home with a series against Chicago. So we'll be interested to see what happens here in the next little bit for the Braves. But right now, sitting atop the MLB and just kicking it. Best start for the Bravos to start a season since the late 1800s, 1875 or something like that. Crazy. And I think they were known as, someone was telling me today, I didn't look at it, before they were the Boston Braves. They were the Boston Beans something Beans or something like that. I mean, you got to be, I didn't even know there was a before the Boston. I've looked at their history. I don't remember that. The Boston Braves, Milwaukee Braves, and Atlanta Braves. But they were, you get way back there, they were teams switched up all the time. It was pretty common back then. But that's interesting that let me see if I can pull that and get that information. It's their best 35-game start in franchise history. I said 1875, 1892. It's the Boston Bean Eaters. They finished 102-48-2. So interesting. The Boston Bean Eaters, 1892. It's the best 35-game start in franchise history. Wow. So, way to go, Braves. I got to give them credit. Yes, go Braves. I'll be critical when a team deserves to be criticized. And let's give Walt Weiss a lot of credit coming in, new coach. He's doing much better than Vitello or whatever he is, Vitello in San Francisco, the former Tennessee Volunteer baseball head coach. I might be enjoying that just a little bit too much, I got to admit. No offense, Giants fans, but you know that Tennessee fans are following him. If they like baseball at all, they're going to follow him in the pros. And the man ain't getting it done right now. He's the coach, but we'll see. But there were some strange smells at all part. Oh, really? Didn't know about that. I don't know why my TV shut off. I guess my computer shut off. Maybe. I don't know. There we go. And now I just messed it all up, I suppose. Oh, I don't have that one set exactly the way I want it. Maybe that's right. There we go. Got to show the Wolf Nation. Absolutely. Let's talk a little baseball. I mean football. I said baseball. I meant football. Let's do that. I wanted to talk about some of the recent transactions that have occurred. Today, the Baltimore Ravens signed Skylar Thompson. He's expected to be, oh, I got you, Cook. Well, on a side note, I love Boston baked beans. I love those things. The little candied peanuts or whatever they're called. I don't know if it's officially called a peanut, but the Boston beans, I love those. And it's hard to find them. When I do find them, I buy a couple of boxes. And I don't try to stay out of they're not really good for my teeth. They're kind of hard, but I've loved those things for a long time. And that has nothing to do with sports, but I still like them. Skylar Thompson is expected to sign with Baltimore. He's going to be backing up, obviously. He is not the starter, but he'll back up Love. It was Baltimore. No, it was Tyrod Taylor is going to sign. He's signing with Green Bay. He's going to back up Love. But we know Jackson is the quarterback, Skylar Thompson. And the Packers also released Desmond Ridder. Boy, his career has just not worked out, right? He's just not worked out. 6'3", 207 on this young man. 4 years. He's only 26 from Cincinnati, where he went to college. Remember that? Hometown Louisville, Kentucky. And he just hasn't been able to get it done. You know, I think he's a good young man. He tries hard. It just hasn't happened. Of course, he has had stints with the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders, but he has thrown a lot of interceptions in some of those seasons. Had some nice games, and he turned around and just melt down. So for his career, he has thrown 14 interceptions, but he hasn't started that much. I mean, it's only a total of 25 games. He has 4,000 yards for his career. Just not worked out. I really thought if he got in the right situation, he might could make it. But it just doesn't seem like that has happened for him. He's not. He's good, but not great. In the right situation, he really is a backup, I think. I thought he had a possibility, Cook, of starting, but where he went was I thought there was a couple opportunities for him. It just didn't pan out. But you know what? He can have a nice career backing up. And, quarterbacks get hurt. Maybe he could come in at 26. He could still develop some. The arm strength is there. He's just not been able to put it all together. It's not an easy position. It certainly is not. The Colts, Anthony Richardson, is reporting to voluntary workouts. He has demanded a trade, but he has decided to report. So we'll see on that. That is another quarterback. He may find it hard to get a starting job. Depends on where he goes. I think that experiment might be over. He was tremendously talented, but not really been able to put it together. However, in Miami, Malik Willis is being counted on to start. Yeah, injuries, Cook. Malik Willis come in with the same fanfare. He's not been able to get it done either when he went to the Titans. We'll see what he can do in Miami. Interesting, some notes today in the NFL. You'll like this guy, Cookie. Alvin Kamara makes it clear he's looking forward to the 10th season with the Saints. It's hard to believe it's been that long, man. He has played great. Now, the Saints, I didn't know that this quarterback, Tyler Show, he done well. I got to give him credit. He done well. And so, they picked up Tyson. They brought in Travis Etienne, for some nice pieces there for him. But, he's dealt with injuries himself, Cook. 30 years old. That's one of those, quarterback. The running back's 30 years old. He's had ankle and knee issues last season. He was only in 11 games. A career worst, 657 yards from scrimmage. His first season without reaching 1,000 yards. Great player. Went to Alabama. They got kicked out of there. Went to Tennessee. They didn't use him right. But he has turned it on in the NFL. Scooting around the league, the Atlanta Falcons, who I thought had a pretty good draft. I won't say excellent. Pretty good. I thought a C plus, maybe B minus if one of them works out. I thought was really good for them. They've got quarterback things to evaluate as well. Yes, you love Alvin Kamara. Word is still spending time. Yeah. Matt Ryan doesn't know what to expect, his quote, in the Falcons quarterback battle, but is high on offensive additions. I do like what Matt Ryan's doing. I'm bigger on him than I am Kevin Stefanski, to be honest. So we'll see. So far, the Falcons, this article says, NFL.com, they don't know quite what to expect from the quarterback's room. Quote, I think the biggest thing you just don't know where Michael Penix Jr. is going to be at. Falcons president of football, Matt Ryan, told 680 The Fan today. He's doing a great job. Since I took the job back in January, at the beginning of January, I think he's been in there doing rehab, working with our rehab guy and all the athletic training staff. All of those guys have done a great job, but you've got to give the player credit. Mike has been on it, and he looks good. He's done a lot of stuff for us on the field. I've never gone through an ACL. That's pretty amazing that Matt Ryan can say that. But there's certain milestones that you've got to hit, and the closer you get, the more variability there is because the intensity and the speed pick up. But Mike's in a good spot right now. So far as expectations, we don't really know what to expect at the beginning of training camp. But I think the way both of those guys are working and the conversations we've had with both of them I think the way both of these guys have started off the offseason, he says, I think will put us in a good spot. We will see. I'm iffy on this whole quarterback thing for the Falcons, the injury thing especially, and of course some inexperience. Tua is expected. I don't think that Penix will be quite ready. He could be. I think Tua is probably a lock to start. But what will he be able to stay healthy? And the third rounder is like a 38-year-old dude, been around the league a while. They did get Johan Dotson and Zachariah Branch. Johan as a free agent pickup. Zachariah Branch, which Georgia fans are excited about. Speed, as Goober would say in Andy Griffith Show. He goes on to say, I like the signing of Johan Dotson. I'm a massive believer in depth, Ron explained. I think Kevin Stefanski, Ian Cunningham, we're all aligned on that. It takes everybody. The best teams I was a part of had the best depth. Of course, you've got to have these premier players. But if you're going to be successful long-term and you're going to be consistent year in and year out, depth is paramount. I've always said this about the Falcons. They lack depth. So when you add a guy like Johan Dotson, who I'm excited about, I think there's untapped potential. By the way, I like that pickup. I like him as a player. Did they need to get Zachariah? Absolutely. And they may still need to improve that room as well. But I do like that pickup. I think he's a good player. Cook, need a good leader. Oh, yeah. He said, I think there's untapped potential in him, and some of it just the situations he was in early on and some of the places that he was. So excited about what he can do. You add Zachariah Branch to it, he's a different skill set, something that's unique. I think that's always a good thing. Dotson, his career has been 4 seasons, He's never broken 600 receiving yards in a season. That he shows flashes to maintain intrigue. And Ryan is the latest guy to buy into that. They also, of course, have weapons: Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts around Dotson. I think there's some nice pieces. Ryan goes on to say, I do. I think there's some guys to be optimistic and excited about. Bijan, he's such a dynamic player. You know, 1 or 4 or 5 or 6 in the entire league that has the ability when the ball is in his hands at any time to be able to take it to the house. So when you have a guy like that, you've got a chance on every snap. I look at Drake and what he can become for us as a player. I think there's great upside there. Matt Ryan goes on to say, I think he'll continue to grow and improve. If all goes well, Ryan will have plenty to smile about. First, the Falcons must figure out the quarterback situation, of course. Though after that, the true test of Ryan optimism begins. Interesting, my friend. I hate that y'all have a seasoned quarterback. Yep. A great running back. You don't have a season. I know. Well, and the talent, I mean, there's plenty of talent there. The problem is, I think we can live through the growing. Tua could absolutely do it. It's the injuries. Also reporting on NFL.com, Texas owner Cal McNair fully committed to the quarterback C.J. Stroud, who I'm a big fan of. He had a rough 25. That's a good kid. He said one rocky season isn't enough to waver Houston's long view of C.J. He told reporters he is fully committed when asked about a contract extension for the 24-year-old quarterback. He's only 24. You know, he started so quickly. He said, well, as you know, we'll leave that up with general manager Nick Caserio, and those communications are behind the scenes, McNair said Monday via KPRC2. But yeah, we're fully committed to CJ, he says. I think you saw we exercised his 5th-year option, so we'll see how it all works out. He will get in that extension in the 27th season. He will be at almost $26 million. I think he can live on that. It is considered a bargain compared to 16 NFL quarterbacks who are making north of $30 million per season. I do like that Will Anderson is their cook. I really like that, and Daniel Hunter. I like Houston. I know you don't. You're a Cowboy fan, but I think that's a good good team. And I like their uniforms. I like what they do. I mean, I really do. I think it's a good team. And I think they could definitely do some things. I do. So we'll see. We won't read all that, but I thought it was interesting. And they're showing confidence in their man. I get that. Let's see. Got Tyrod Taylor is going to back up Jordan Love. He has been in the league, Tyrod, for 16 seasons. We're starting to see players, some of them hang around for a long time. And being a backup quarterback is not a bad thing. You don't get beat up as much. You're making a lot of money. You start occasionally in a 1, 2, 3 game stint. He's still got good wheels on him. He throws pretty well. 16 seasons. That's amazing. Let me look this up really quick. See if we can figure this out really quick. Check this out. This will be his 16th season, so he's played 15 years in the NFL. He has earned approximately $82.6 million in his career. Wow. He had the early rookie deal. He had multiple multi-year contracts and recent free agent signings. His 2025 salary was a $6 million base, $4 million signing bonus for a $10 million total. It was $6 million in 24. So he's jumped up. Pretty doggone amazing. Dude, you win the prize. There was another quarterback. Oh, what was his name? He played for a long time. Kind of the same thing. He played. I mean, these guys are making massive amounts of money being a backup. You got to have them. Their value goes up. Very nice. Very nice. Let's check the baseball scores. Give some updates here. The Reds are now leading the Cubs 4-3. Sorry about that. Reds are leading the Cubs 4-3. Mid-8th. Dodgers are still crushing the Stros 8-3. It's in the bottom of the ninth. This game will be over. There's 2 outs already. Dodgers are going to go to 22-13. The Stros 14-22. White Sox are killing the Angels 5-0 in the middle of the 5th. Both teams need a win, especially the Angels. They're not going to get it to 9 unless something happens quickly. The Braves are still 1-0 over the Mariners in the bottom of the 5th. Richie on the mound. 4.2 innings pitched, 0 earned, 3 hits, 2 Ks, 2 walks. There's 1 on base. There's 2 outs and a 1-1 count to Crawford. Nice pitching. Now it's 1-2 count. Padres are losing 2-1 to the Giants in the bottom of the 5th. Vasquez is against Schmidt right now. Mets, as we said, 1-4-2. The Sox beat the Tigers 5-4. The Phillies are 1-0 over the Marlins. Rays 5-1 over the Blue Jays. The Yankees crushed the Orioles 12-1. Royals beat up on the Guardians 6-2. Cardinals 6-3 over the Brewers. So we'll keep a look at that. In a quick look back or look to the NFL, get that off of there. Golden Knights are 1-0 over the Ducks. And in overtime, not a good day in Philly. The Hurricanes have beat the Philadelphia Flyers 3-2. The final in overtime. Bad day for Philly, except for the baseball team. They did win 1-0. Basketball team got crushed at the Garden against the Knicks, and the Flyers take it in OT 3-2. Fun to look at these. In the NBA, Timberwolves and the Spurs are tied up at 45 at halftime. And the final in that Sixers game, it got worse. 137-98. 39-point win. You should be embarrassed, Philadelphia. I mean, come on. I don't care. You got to put the last win behind you. But you've got to stand up. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. 137-98. Are you kidding me? Wow. The schedule for that is tomorrow. Let's see here. The Lakers will be at Oklahoma City. Cleveland will be at Detroit on Wednesday. The Sixers go back at it in New York, Minnesota, and San Antonio as they work through these series. So we'll see. That's embarrassing. I mean, really? I mean, come on. I mean, for the money you're making, guys, come on. I'm not saying play dirty, but I'm saying how do you let a team just continue to pummel you like that? You got to put up a bigger fight than that. 20 or less. I mean, come on. 39, you gave up. That's horrible. I guess they emptied the bench. I don't know. That's just ridiculous. Still ridiculous. Let's see here. No changes. There's now 2 on the bottom of the field. 2 out. Braves pitching. Mariners at bat. So we'll see. A little bit of danger there. Danger, Will Robinson. Let's cover a little bit more of the NFL, and then we will get off for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll continue to talk about it again. Congratulations to Chase Elliott. Very nice win. Let's see here. Is there anything else we want to cover? Let's look at your Dallas Cowboys, Cook. Let's look at your Dallas Cowboys. News and notes. The 26 OTAs, minicamp dates are revealed, and that will be What do they say the dates are here? Da-da. Well, key dates. And I don't see the date. Oh, here it is. Rookie camps May 1st through 4th and 8th through 11th. All teams must pick one of those weekends. May 13th through the 17th, the rookie premiere, Los Angeles, NFLPA. Mid-May to be determined, 2026 NFL schedule release. That's always fun. May 20th and 21st, Spring League meeting, Orlando. June 1st and 2nd, or June 8th and 9th, or June 11th, mandatory OTAs. June 16th to 18th, mandatory minicamp. July 15th, deadline for franchise tag players to sign multi-year extension. Late July to be determined. Training camp begin. There you go, Cook. Late July. We're not that far away, bro. I mean, here we are. It's in May, June, July. I mean, it's going to fly. The Hall of Fame game is to be determined early August. Why can't they just announce that? Why can't they just announce it? Anyway. All right. That's our show for tonight. It's meant to be a quick show. We're going to do a longer one on Thursday nights. And we may extend it sometimes depending on what's going on in the leagues. Certainly when there's big scores going on and stuff with a lot of teams, especially we think of those football scores, and we'll break those down pretty good. Hope everybody has a great night. We'll see you in the morning for the Cornbread Man Morning Show, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm the Cornbread Man, and I am soon to be out. Let me make sure I've got this set up. And here's the music. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Pray for us. We'll pray for you. Amen.